Lovely people, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Kirsten. This is Where I Art and Craft. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed Junk Journal January. This is the last of the Junk Journal January videos. Originally I'd said that I would maybe do 30 and 31 and then do make the journal and flip through into next week, but actually because of what I've decided to do for 30, now having looked at it, I've decided that that's going to be done off camera. I'll come to that in a minute. And so in this video you'll see what 30 is going to be, then you'll see 30 and its page, then you'll see me do 31 and the cover in this video and a flip through. You'll get it all in this video. So what is 30? Well, as you can see, I've pulled this off and this bit wouldn't come off. I need to print another one of these for the cover, but for now I've pulled this off, but you can still just about see that 30 is fabric. And I have 2 spaces left in my journal. I have this inside back page and I have this back page. Stop prattling, Kirsten, and get on. So I need to decide whether so this is the back of the front cover and this is the inside of the back signature, front signature, back signature. Now the thing is, what I'm planning to do, because I thought, well, because I have only these 2 pages left, I need to think maybe about what I'm doing for both the final ones so that I end up putting them on the right pages. And what I'm planning to do tomorrow is stuff that just will go on the page. There won't be a lot of thickness added to it. There will be a wee bit, but not a lot of thickness added to it. So I think that goes on this page because this is the thicker of the 2 signatures. Today I'm going to add some thickness, so I'm going to use the back page. Although part of me says that this page would be a better page for the final prompt, which is letter. But I still end up covering it up because the letter there's A and that isn't the letter. That's not the kind of... So I'm going to use the back of this one for today's prompt, which is fabric. And as I said, you're not going to see me make today's because I've decided I'm going to do some slow stitching. And I've decided I'm going to do some slow stitching because I like doing slow stitching, but you can't do that on screen because it's something that's quite kind of meditative in a sense, and because of that it means that I have to keep on reminding myself to put it forward in front of the camera. It will take away that meditative. So I'm going to show you the bits I've pulled out. First of all, I dyed this bit of fabric and I just thought that this would make a nice kind of border with already having some stitching along there. And this, when I dyed this, I dyed the thing this came off of as well, and this is a bit of lace, and I thought that because I had that I would maybe take that as well and maybe use that. This is a very old, well, it's an old handkerchief that I dyed and then stamped on for December 23. And this is the bit that's left, and there's a big long story behind this handkerchief that I'll link the video to the prompt and make down below. But I just thought I might be using this. I think this is the last bit of the stamped bit because I keep on not using it, so I think I might use that. This is a bit of material I did some stamping on as well. This is a bit of kind of tulle, and this is another bit of tulle, and this is a bit of kind of goldy tulle. And this is a fabulous bit of kind of greeny blue, which I just thought gave me a nice contrast. And we've got the green on there as well, so it's a bit of short silk. If I do it that side, it's more greeny. This side is more blue, really. Well, doesn't matter, I'm not sure. Then I picked out some buttons that I thought kind of might be of use. And then I'll use some fabrics. I thought I had a wee bit of plain fabric as well. Maybe I put that away by mistake. And I'm just wondering if something like this one might be good to use, because it's got the blue at that end. It's got some yellow at that end, so that might be good to add to that pile. Maybe I want something that's florally. There was some floral fabric as well that was in this bundle. Floral fabric, there's some floral fabric in. Oh, now that might be the right one, mightn't it? Some very bright floral fabric, which I love, but it's totally wrong for this. Actually, that, because it's got a bit of the mustard, and maybe I'll leave that in the mix as well, and we'll see how we get on with. You are catching me making my cover. What we're going to do today is make the cover, sew in the signatures. I'll show you what I did yesterday for fabric. We're going to do today's with letter. Is that everything? Yep. And that'll be the last one. I know this is actually Friday the 31st I'm doing this, but I'm aware that actually it's not going to be aired until tomorrow, 1st of February, which tells you one thing. You don't need to do your just junk journal January in January, although I've done mine in January. You're not seeing it till February. The details are all down below, and if you haven't joined in yet, you can join in now. Start now. Take it into February. Do the ones you want to do. Don't do them every day. If you don't want to do them every day, do them when you're happy doing them, when you want to do them. Now, as you can see, what I've done is I've cut out a square of Amazon envelope, you know, the cardboard envelope, and I've taken a Posca marker and just done a border around. If you don't have a Posca marker, black paint will do it, black gesso. It just gives a nice edge to it, and then it looks like you've used black card, and it's cheaper than black card, and I don't like the way that that's drying along the top there, so I'm going to just do that one again. I think when I did this one I hadn't primed it properly at that point. One of them. I'm going to show you with this other one what I've done, and those two need to dry before I do it. This was what I had as the back of the cover, the original cover, so I've now put that on the back, and then what I'm going to do is this one will go with that one. I will put those sides together. So I'm needing an image for on here. I've not actually looked this out yet, and I'm hoping it's here. This is my leftover bits of Tracy Fox that I haven't used. The rest of the December Daily stuff is actually in with December Daily, but these, oh, don't start me again on that library. It was just so fabulous. Another, yeah, there it's there. I thought there was another page. Here's another page. This was a freebie in her channel. I don't know if it's still available again or not, but this was a freebie in her channel for the December. She does a wee December thing, a wee monthly, and this was one of the pages, and this was another page, and I was going to do something and I ended up not doing anything. And actually, you see, I think I could use this. So that's the front cover and the inside front cover. Oh, inside back cover, outside back cover. Right, let's get on with today's, shall we? Which is this page here, the final page of our journal. And the final prompt is letter. And I decided that actually what I was going to do is I was going to use the letter K If you haven't got any wood blocks and you've never used any wood blocks, then this is an actual printer's wood block. I do have some wood blocks that I've got from, I'm going to take her out of there so she doesn't end up causing an issue. I've got wood blocks, more modern wood blocks, Indian wood blocks as well. I do love my wood blocks. I like the effect you get with them. Yeah, that's going to fit on that. But you need to have a nice bit of foam underneath them. Otherwise, because it's hard, normally if we use acrylic ones, there's some give in them. If we use rubber stamps, there's give in the rubber stamps, even more give in it when you mount them onto some foam. This is hard. And if you don't put a bit of foam underneath, you'll just find it very difficult to get a nice clean print. I'm going to take a risk. I wonder if I should do this on a separate piece of paper. Let's do it on a separate piece of paper. Let's do it on a separate piece of paper. Let's not take risks unnecessarily. Great, Kirsten. I'm going to try, and I've never tried this before with my stamps, these stamps. I'm going to try a bit of embossing, and because this is a lovely solid stamp, I'm going to try this Champagne Dazzle embossing again. I did try it before. Oh look, you can really see how it's a look at that, you can really see the goldie in it there, can't you? I did try it for the tree trunk, if you remember that. I can't remember what day that was, and it was an interesting experiment, shall we say. And you just need to rock your stamp lightly. It's not so much about the pushing down, it's about the wee rocking motion. Oh, that was very close to the edge. In fact, it went over the edge. That was very silly, but that's okay. If I'm going to cut it out, that's okay. Right, I should have got my embossing out, because this is my letter, my name. I want to use one of my favourite colours. Well, it's my favourite colour from Tim Holtz, which is Rusty Hinge. So let's Rusty Hinge this. If I can, don't know if I can quite catch that, so you can see, you can actually see that wee bit there that hasn't printed. You can see the wee flow that's lower in that bit, and there's actually a line here that hasn't come out, which is interesting, but it could be because it's a gouge. It's kind of filled in, but all this detail down here, because this is a vintage ink block, is showing here on this print. So this is one of the reasons why I love them. You can get a crisp print if you really want to, but that's just worked as brilliantly as I could have ever hoped. And then we'll cut that out and put that on the page. This is the dictionary I was gifted when I left primary school. Everybody in the school got them when they left primary school, went up to secondary school, they got gifted a dictionary. I used this a lot for a very long time until the internet came along, and I stopped using it. And I came across it the other day and I thought I should really take that upstairs and put it in my craft room and use it in my craft projects, because dictionaries change, and as I say, I've got the internet now, and I can remember my children using it when they were growing up as well, just like I remember using my mum and my dad's dictionary before I had this one of my own. So it's done well. Look, I've got Rusty Hinge on my nails again. That always happens. But it's time maybe to use it in my art. So I'm going to, let's see, here's K. Oh, I could just take the very first page of K with that K on it. Kedgeree, I like kedgeree. Do I go looking for something that, I'm going to keep these in order so that if I'm looking for a word, then I can still maybe find it, because sometimes you actually want a particular word. So I'm not going to, the temptation is always to take the whole thing and put it in, but when it's something like a dictionary, it's good to keep it all together like that. And then I can just take the bit off I want. And I'm thinking I might just take this bit here off, because it's got the knowledge at the top there. What's the one at the top? No Nell. See, I quite like Nell as well. The warning of the end or failure or something. Oh, maybe not. Should we put knowledge? Should we put knowledge? Yeah, let's put knowledge. There we go. So we'll put that on there. Now, do we want anything else underneath there before I stick that down? I do want something else there. What else do I want? We've got a bit of book page. We haven't got the number on. I could stamp the number on. I've already used these stamps once. I found my other wee stamps that I've been looking for a couple of times and hadn't been able to find, so I've put them in here as well. So I could maybe use these ones. What we're looking for, 31. Do I stamp the 31 in? What's the 3 and the 1 like? Big 3. Big 3. Oh, I could do 3. Oops, the right way up. 1. I could do 31 like that. That might be cool. And I could do it in I think I want to see what that looks like before I stamp it on there. There's the 1. I could have put the 1 up. I think the 1's actually, it's interesting, isn't it? I'm looking at it and thinking the 1's wrong, the 3's okay, but the 1 needs to be more. Oh, how about if where did I put the tin? There, it's there. How about if I took the 1 from the other set? I need to write on these now. They're down that side. They won't stand upright and let the lid shut. So I need to actually write on these side of them. Let's take this 1 and see if this works. And actually put that in that space there. Now I caught the edge of it. I like that. I like that, the 3 and then printing the 1 in the space. Just clean off the edge of that. And the fact it's not embossed like this doesn't actually take away with it, but it does say to me I want to put something else down in this corner. I like that up there. I want something else down here. Yeah, see this, I need something else down here, and I need something else down here that's either a contrast colour or the same colour. I wonder if I've got a button that might do the trick. And we want a bit of thread in there, don't we? And what colour thread do I go for? I could go for this one. I will go for this one, I think. Like that. Now I can't make up my mind whether I'm going to stamp this again or actually just use that one. I don't like that little bit of black in the corner, that's the problem, but I do like that dot along there. I could trim that down. I don't mind that, and I really do like that dot, that's the trouble. But then I like what's behind there as well, so I think I'm going to stamp it again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it again. If I don't like it stamped on there, I can just put that over the top of it. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I really like that. That's, must remember that. If I'm doing the 3, I can do the if I'm doing the 3 as a 10, I can do the solitary number inside it, because that's really quite nifty. Right, let's put these back away. Let's do some sticking down, shall we? Right, I need to leave that to set, but I really like that page. And as I said, it's all about the letter K rather than writing a letter or anything like that. And go back to these. I need a bit of fabric for in the middle here. Yeah, I'm going with this. That was easier than I thought it might be. I need to find a bit for the binding. Let's see. So what I'll do is I'm just going to cut this in half, and then there'll be plenty of it to use. Let's just cut it in half there, and then we're going to stick one bit in here and one bit in the back, and that will be the tie. And I love the fact it's already quite tatty and worn. So I'm going to start by sticking this stuff to the inside covers, and then I'll start by sticking the stuff to the outside covers, I think. I'm sorry for the glare, but I can't see those lines through there enough, and I need to make sure my covers are straight. Make sure that the bottom line is all the way across the same. This is an easy way to do, and then that's not wide enough, so I'm going to have to take it in a bit, which is fine. It'll still be fine. I'll still be able to get both, and I'll just show you. Both the signatures will still fit in there. See? Oh, and that reminds me, I still haven't shown you yesterday's, have I? Here is yesterday's, which is in the back of the front signature, and you saw me pick out all the bits, and I had this 30 medallion I've sewn on as well. So I've done various stitching and used various bits of fabric just to have a wee play. Right, so let's do that. We'll put that in there. Am I happy with how much space that's got? Yeah. Right, so let's start by just putting that along that edge and along that edge. I'm going further in than I need it, so that I can, when I come to sticking the next bit on, it's easier. And then I'm going to put that on there. I need to, in fact, I'm just going to use a bit of this just now. I'm conscious that I've gone over the mark on there, so I just want to put that down so that the fabric doesn't stick to it. Right, let's make sure that's straight and put the fabric down and just press it down. Then just check again that it's got both sides right before I go any further. Right, there we go. I can move that out the way now and deal with this spill. Now we need to move at a degree of speed now. Actually, we don't need, well, we do kind of. Let's cover the back of this with glue. And take one of these and just stick it on there along the middle, then I want to put, I'm going to need some more glue over the fabric there, and over the fabric here, and then we're going to stick the inside one on. That was the front, this is the back, and I just want to make sure it's stuck on nice and square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that set, I'm going to do the other cover, let that set, and then I'm going to sew in using 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and then I'll give you a flip through. Here we go, my finished journal, just simple 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Let's open up. Now, if you remember, I'm now not in order. So, though that says day 1, though that says 1, it's actually day 22, which was repeat, and it's following on a copy of day 1 on the front, and on the back we've also repeated something that I was doing on another thing. This is my list, which I'm going to take out to remind me, in case I can't remember what a day actually, the prompt for a day actually was. And it was also a repeat because this was a repeat thing of something I'd done in my watercolour sketchbook, and I repeated it twice. This was a day number 10. And that was trim, so that's why it's got so many bits of trim on, because I was trying to make sure that I kept it as the actual prompt. This is day number 11, and day number 11 was magazine. So I made a zine using some various bird stamps. Day number 4 was outline, and so I used this outline page, and then a bit of outline here, contrary to mathematical truth. Day number 5 was depth, and this was the depth, going down to the depths. I should be lifting these up, shouldn't I? So you can see them better. And it says, in the depth of the wood, the birds taught the fruit to sing. And his wings were made from a bit of lace. This was day number 25, and it was modern, and I took these 2 modern artists, Grayson Perry, and this is his artwork, and Pierre Mondrian, and this is his artwork. And there's connections between the two because they're modern, they're ethereal because they're both very different, and that was my take on the modern prompt. This is just an empty page that didn't have anything on at all, but I still heat embossed this crow a bit and put this Night Whisper. 6 was embossed itself, and we used this stamp. A lot can happen in a year because the rings of the tree tell the passage of time. Number 7 was tuck spot, and this was my tuck spot, and I've tucked in this decorating the tuck spot, and this tucked in were swaps in Jodie Lewis's Facebook group. 23 was newspaper, and I made this wee newspaper kind of thinking of the breaking news headlines, A-boards that go outside shops, crafty stick up. A couple of crafters questioned about a glue shortage, and they were concerned that there was going to be an ink shortage because of the ink tax. There was going to be a glue shortage, so they started hoarding the glue and caused a glue shortage. So these pages just go together. I just love it so much. This is 20, which was tissue, and I came across Ring a Ring of Roses, Bucket Full of Roses, a tissue, different type of tissue, but I just play on words. And so this was that rhyme came about during the plague, and they wore big face masks full of flowers and herbs to try and stop getting ill. And so that's why she's got a suit of armour on, and she yearned to escape her castle walls. And this one's 29. 29 is reveal. And so when she finally, there's the door there, hiding behind the roses. When she finally escaped her castle walls, instead of going out into what she thought would be this mountain scene, she discovered that it was a realm of wonder, and there was an underwater world the other side of her door, in a realm of wonder. And that just closes with a magnet. This one here was day 21, because I did that thing with the map. And this is the map to go and explore and find. And he found a haggis up in the Highlands, and he took a picture of it. And the rest of this is all just some decoration. This one, 28, was sealed, and we had the Prosecco seal, sealed a wish, and a grey seal, a harbour seal, on this cold background, which is another kind of seal idea. This was 30, and it was a slow stitching bit with lots of bits and pieces, and this be 30. Tag on here. Then we move on to the second journal, second signature I mean, and this second signature was actually the first proper page I did, with the 2 for day 2 envelope, and this envelope came from Judy Lewis, and it's flipped up and you can get into it there. 3 was tickets, and I had this ticket that I'd printed on some fabric, and then added some other tickets around about it. Number 12 was overlap, and I struggled with this one, and then I ended up doing this. So, and overlap, it is an overlap, that's all it is, it's an overlap. But what's this? This is an overlap. What's going on here? It's all of, yeah, it's just a bonkers one. 13 was opaque, and we just played about with the words. This is number, yeah, I really do struggle to see the numbers in some of these, and until I see the number, I can't quite remember what it was. So I've not got a number on at all. Oh, the number's behind there, 8. This is number 8, and this was antique, and this is a real photograph, a real antique photo, a real antique bit of map, an antique bit of lace, an antique, this is an antique as well. So it's all kind of antique. That's an antique. That bit of paper comes from that's a proper bit of vellum, that. So it's all kind of old things, antique things. This was number 9, which was hidden. Oh yes, because that's something. What's hidden? That's how. Oh. There we go. There we go. What's hidden is this poem from Christina Rossetti. I tell you my secret. No, indeed, not I. Perhaps some day, who knows? But not today. It froze and blows and snows, and you're too curious, I fie. You want to hear it? Well, only my secret's mine, and I won't tell. And it was during a very cold and snowy time of the month, so I'd forgotten. See, that's how well that was hidden.
I'd forgotten it was hidden there, so I thought, what have I put that bit there on? Then we come to another of my favourite ones. This is number 14. This was Balance, and we have Twinkle Toes balancing on the wire. And it's sold out because she went to see Delilah, and Delilah was Bella over at Bella Boo Crafts. Had done a similar thing about 4 the day before, which was 13, which was Opaque, or was it Overlap? She hadn't done it for Balance, but I'd already had an idea to do this thing for Balance, but then it took it to a whole nother level when I thought, oh, this one can be dreaming of being as good as a Delilah. So Delia, it was Delia, and I spelt it wrong when I was putting it out. Day 15 is neutral, and we just got all these neutral colours. I used a book page, and then we've got all these neutral colours. Day number 6, no, it's day 16, was Unfold. And when we unfold this, we have, well, I can do it. No, you can't either. Yes, I can. No, you can't. I can. You can't. Can't. And that's goes back there. I'll tie it up later. Then this was Fragile for 17. The world needs us. We go on about the world needing the beans, but the climate of the world is changing, and it's starting to look like there's no hope for us at all. And this is all kind of crumpled up. This was 27, which was crumpled, and I made this origami paper, then put it, and then put the typewriter with a bit of uncrumpled on the top. This was 24, and the prompt was line, and I just did all these dots in various depths in various places just to accentuate the lines of this ledger page, which I just love. Ledger page, I love the lines, I love the spaces, I love it all. So these dots just kind of that's a very kind of, yeah. 18 was Bright, and we have these bulbs. An idea is only bright if it brings peace, happiness to the world. 19 was Bubble, and of course I had to do bubbles on bubble and bubbles. Number 31 was Letter, and I picked the letter K because that's for my name, and we did 31, and you saw that one earlier on in this video. And then we have this as the last one in the book. Number 26, Movement. And we dance, and we dance, and when the clock strikes 26, we dance up the ladder, and we dance with the crane, and after the sand has run out in the hourglass, the crane gives me a flower, and I dance back down the ladder, and the flower blooms, and I dance until the clock strikes 26 again, and I can climb back up the ladder and dance with the crane. Yeah. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed Junk Journal January. However you did it, if you just were watching people, if you were joining in and doing the odd one, if you've done it all, I hope you enjoyed it, and I know I did. I'd be really interested to know what page is your favourite out of this, and if there's something in particular I did during this that you'd like to see me do more of, then I'd be really interested to know that. But for now, thank you so much for watching. You take care. Keep crafting. Bye for now.